someone who thinks not only about making lots of money, but also about what making of the money will do to the rest of society. Will it make the workers happy? Will it make people who buy the products happy? Someone who's thinking also about a broader human value, not just an economic value. Absolutely. The current economic crisis suggests that more than ever we think we need people who are able to think about business, not just do business. People who are able to reflect on the bigger questions that every captain of industry will have to think about. Well, money will always be interesting, but most of us feel at some point in our lives that it's not just about money, it's about other things as well. That working life is also about friendship, it's also about trying to find meaning and doing something that will feel meaningful, and that's also the job of our bosses to think about. Trying to change the world is a good idea. All of us try and change the world in small ways and large, and I think that too often university philosophy has just been seen as something that you sit back and you reflect on old philosophers from the past. But I think there's time for action as well. We can change things now, and with some good ideas, the world gets changed for the better. So absolutely, let's get involved. Well, we see many problems. The economic crisis has revealed all kinds of problems, all kinds of stupidities and misapprehensions that we always had. So it's a very fruitful time. Times of crisis are often times when people get more curious about ideas and the world seems more flexible, more dangerous, but also more flexible. Yes, I mean, it is been called the bankers' recession. It was caused by bankers, not by anyone else. So that's a small group in society that perhaps the whole rest of society needs to look at, and we need to say, okay, what are these guys? What are they up to? What do we allow them to do this? Do we think they're heroes? 5 years ago we all thought they were heroes. Well, are they heroes? And who are our new heroes if these are not the real heroes? Ideal business is one that makes money but also makes people happy. It actually sells things and does things that are good. Not all businesses do this. There are manufacturers of, chocolate biscuits. The chocolate is not very good, it makes people fat and lazy and ill, and if you're in that kind of business, you're not really helping out the world. And there are other businesses where, let's say in the business of education, you're educating people. That's a good business to be in, you're actually helping people. And I think the ideal model for capitalism is one where you make money in things that are useful and really necessary, rather than making money in things that are unnecessary. Philosophy is very bad at selling itself. That's why none of your viewers have probably ever heard of philosophy or ever read any or ever had any courses in it. It's an obscure subject. It seems like a joke. It seems like an ancient language because it's just disappeared. And so philosophy is bad at marketing, bad at selling itself for the wrong reasons, because I think it should be marketed. Why not? And at the same time, business has no philosophy, if you like, has no ability to think about itself in a deeper way. The thought is always, if you talk to businessmen, the thought is always, okay, how do we make more profit? Not, why are we doing this? What's the ultimate goal that we're going to? Sometimes business people feel that when they're retiring, they finished a career in business, then they become philosophical. That's not the time to become philosophical. You need to do it right in the middle of your career when you can actually change something. Clearly they have to read mine, but apart from reading mine, they have to read Karl Marx, because even though Marxism is discredited as an answer to the problems of capitalism, it's a wonderful diagnosis of the problems of capitalism. Marx, as I say, understood everything that was wrong with capitalism. He didn't know how to fix it, but he knew what was wrong, and that's particularly relevant now. So pick up Karl Marx, either Das Kapital or the Communist Manifesto. Very, very fascinating books. Want to because they're frightened and they think it will mean a strike, but in secret they can order it on Amazon or something and just get it quietly at home and look through it. I think they will find it very interesting. It certainly is quite quite big, but it doesn't always have to be big. And you know, industry, it sounds very impressive and strange and remote, but really all industry is people with a lot of machines trying to make something that other people are going to buy. So in a way, it's quite simple. And where philosophy comes in is to say, what is the cost, the true human cost of making this thing? And also, what is the real benefit of this thing in the customer's lives? And these are absolutely philosophical questions we can ask of any industry. I think it's up to us. You know, there is no script. We can decide. I, in my own way, am trying to change the world. Maybe you are too. Our viewers are too. It's flexible. You know, you can do anything. Certainly a lot more than we're doing now. So pick up Karl Marx, get into philosophy, and you know, use these ideas to change the world. Intellectual work is not just entertainment. It's not just something you do to pass an exam. It's something you do for survival and to make the world better.